Hi, I'm Jessica Perry, and I'm the Vice President of People and Culture at FuseFX. March 8th is International Women's Day, and we want to do something different this year to highlight the amazing females that we have in art and production at both FuseFX and Folks VFX. While we're so proud of how far women have come in our industry, we still only make up 25% of the population. And on the artistic side, only 18%. At FuseFX and at Folks VFX, we believe diversity is the key to success, both creatively and on the production side.
So how I got my start in VFX was actually a happy accident. I was meant to be on a shoot off the coast of Australia with National Geographic in early 2013. It was my dream job at the time. And I packed up my life, put it in a storage unit, and then quickly got a call that said that shoot had been delayed indefinitely. So I ended up in LA and was fortunate enough to have an offer to work on a production role in a conversion studio, and my romance with VFX began.
I got my start in visual effects by studying communications in college and then moving to New York City, getting a receptionist job at a visual effects company through an entertainment temp agency, and working my way through the ranks there, as well as other editorial, design, beauty companies, which is actually where I met our head of studio at Fuse, and that's how I got introduced to Fuse. Did a little bit of networking, and Greg and I spoke, and so now I've been at FuseFX for 7 years.
I started working in visual effects when I transitioned out of feature film animation. I actually went to school for animation and transitioned from that world into live action feature visual effects, and the path led me here to Fuse.
Because when I was little, VFX was the coolest thing and I want to be a part of it.
I always loved art and I wanted to be an artist, and I've always loved movies, so when an opportunity came up to combine the two, I took it, and it's been a great decision.
When I was a kid, I used to watch a TV show, it's a cartoon on YTV, and I wanted to do something like that, and through various schooling pathways, it led me to where visual effects was my passion.
After years of working in physical production, I got my first post-production visual effects opportunity in 2002. There was a writer's strike and a lot of work was leaving Los Angeles, and I had an opportunity at Composite Image Systems.
So I moved with my family in 2009 to Montreal. The industry was growing back then in Montreal, and I had the opportunity to grow with it and to be part of fantastic studios, met great people and very, very talented artists.
If I had to describe the ladies I'm fortunate enough to work with every day at Fuse and Folks, a couple words probably come to mind. Fierce, determined, talented. I am continuously inspired day in and day out with these ladies' ability to weave together both solution-driven focus and compassion for the human component of our business.
The women that I work with at Fuse are extremely talented, very hardworking, and they show a willingness to always teach and cultivate others, and I really appreciate that.
I would describe the women I work with as super creative, and they inspire me every day with their hard work and dedication and everything that they accomplish.
Women I work with at Fuse Folks are incredible. They are talented and artistic and strong and passionate, and really for all those reasons, that's why they inspire me.
It's one of my favorite parts of the job, is actually getting to work with all of these intelligent, creative, problem-solving chicks who get the job done and are articulate and outspoken in the best possible way.
They inspire me because they have so much confidence, and they also empower other women.
About the girls, I have to say they have a lot of attention to details, and that's very inspiring for me. And the organization, wow, it's impressive.
The supervisor of my department and also the head of the studio are both women, so
Do I need to say more?
A piece of advice that I have to anybody starting out in a creative industry is be yourself. We care more and more about you being who you are, and we want to celebrate who you are.
Be open for opportunity, even if you feel like you're not yet ready for the challenge. In my experience, the achievements in my career I've been the most proud of have absolutely been the most challenging.
Start networking as soon as possible, get involved in the visual effects community, and definitely not be afraid of asking questions. I think asking questions promotes growth, discussion, different perspectives, and I still very often ask questions on a daily basis.
This industry is growing and we need women, and you are a welcome asset to the team. And when you're here, do not be afraid to ask questions and don't be afraid of making mistakes. And VFX is a team effort.
Don't be afraid to speak up, and don't be discouraged by any opportunity where you may end up being the only woman in the room. That's not uncommon in this industry, and while we're trying to balance the scales, it's gonna be that way for a little while, and your voice is important, and it's necessary that it's heard.
Find your confidence, find your voice, speak your mind, and speak up. There are lots of people that want to listen to your ideas now more than ever.
Keep trying all the time, to be disciplined and never give up. It's all about having the passion, and you will accomplish anything you want.
My most significant accomplishment in the visual effects industry is probably starting at Fuse as a visual effects coordinator. And then fast forward 7 years later, I'm the EP, helping oversee the operations of the New York office, also supervising 8 people directly. We started with 6 people on the first day 7 years ago, and now we're about to move into a new office. It holds up to 125 people, and it has a really great view of the East River.
I would say my most significant accomplishment in the industry so far is getting to enjoy the recognition of all of our hard work on Mr. Robot, and going to LA with our team to celebrate being at the Emmys.
One of my most important accomplishments in my career was kind of twofold. I became the head of production management at FuseFX and started a family all at the same time.
The biggest achievement of my career is by far putting together this project of Folks Bogota. It's not only bringing fantastic visual effects to my country, but also means a lot to me to be able to create good and qualified employment for my people.
If I had to describe myself in one word, I would probably say tenacious.
I am decisive.
Enthusiastic.
Multitasker.
Sincere.
Determined.
Persistent.
Engaged.
Adventurous.
Eccentric.
Eager.
Dedicated.
Passionate. Patience.
Focused.
Nitpick.
Fair.
Nerd. Quirky.
Quiet.
Geeky.
Calm.
I want to say a huge thank you to the many talented women we have at FuseFX and Folks VFX. You guys contribute so much to making this a wonderful place to work, and I assure you that we will continue to diversify, and we will continue to create opportunity to promote, hire, and educate the next generation of females within the visual effects industry.